Hello everyone, Ceia here. This would be the Shattered Connexion normal clearing guide. If you need any maps, please look at the description box below for the timestamps. This is for normal mode, this is the first map. For the first map, you can just use a level 30 echelon, but just for the demonstration purposes, I'll be using level 51. So, in the Shattered Connexion, most of the maps have dual objectives. You have to clear both objectives to get all of the currency you need to open all of the lore maps. So you want to keep that in mind if you want to do 100% completion. So you need to do both objectives. So I'll be doing guides for both objectives. So yeah, let's carry on. So I'm gonna do the capture HQ first. Relatively straightforward. Just plan your pathing to the HQ and you're done. This is for the second objective of map 1, where you had to eliminate all enemies in the map. All of them have random movement mechanics, so you just need to chase them down. There's no respawn as well. Basically just hunt down all 4 enemies and you're done. This is map 2. I'm gonna do the capture HQ objective first. Same requirement as the last one. 1 combat echelon. I'm gonna use 1 dummy echelon, an empty echelon, just for movement points. Now I'm gonna go to the radar node to make the manticore disappear. Now I'll just make my way to the right side of the HQ to capture that node to secure the surround cap. This is objective 2 of map 2, eliminate all enemies. Same thing as first objective, I'm gonna use the level 50 echelon as my main. I'm gonna put backup echelon on the HQ, just in case that a random doggo node on the bottom comes to me. You can use a level 30 echelon there, just your backup echelon if you have one. Because this doggo here is a random pathing, he may walk to your HQ. The black bean here is a DPS check. If you fail the DPS check, you will need better dolls in general, better levels, higher levels. But a level 50 echelon should do just fine. Now I'm gonna step on the radar to make the manticore disappear. Now that I'm gonna use the echelon 1 to go hunt the rest of the enemies. Be careful not to surround the HQ. If not, you're gonna have you're not gonna secure this objective. Let's chase down this doggo. You may or may not have to chase down this doggo. You have to adapt this part yourself. Now make sure not to surround cap the HQ, so that you get so that you can complete this objective. This is chapter 1 map 3. I'll be going through the capture HQ objective first. So here you will encounter a new enemy, which is enemy turrets. Usually I would say you need shotguns for higher difficulty maps, but since this is normal, they are harmless, so don't worry about it. So you need to go to the switch here to open the gate to get to the HQ. So these turrets target two of the allies at once. At higher difficulties, they hurt a lot more, so you need two shotguns to tank that. But at this difficulty, don't worry about it. Your SMG should do this fine. Now at the gate here, we can open the gate. Since we are low on supply, we're gonna go back and resupply. Then we'll attack the HQ after. This doggo node is also have random pathing, so you may need to park a combat echelon here just to take care of this doggo. But from here, you need to adapt to what the map is right now. So, for example, the doggo didn't attack my echelon, so it went up. It's trying to surround my HQ, so I have to save my HQ this turn. Yeah, you need to adapt from here. Don't follow 1-1. That's my lesson to you. Never follow 1-1. I'm gonna park my second combat echelon over there, just to take care of that mortar. Alright, now we just grab the HQ from here. This is Chapter 1, Map 3, Objective 2, which is to defeat 3 of these turrets. They are highlighted right here with the star and the mission objective. So we're gonna just use the level 50 AR SMG, one dummy, and run around killing this stuff. Same thing, you need to watch your HQ to prevent it from being surround capped. If it's under threat from being surround capped, you can move your second combat echelon to take care of them. Or you can bring your second combat echelon to take care of the last turret. This is chapter 2, map 1. There are 2 objectives here. The second objective requires you to complete 2 objectives to finish the objective. Oh, that's a mouthful. Okay, let's carry on. This will be a 2 echelon map. It can be done with 2 AR SMGs, or you can run handgun rifle here, it's your call. So what I was doing there is to reset the targeting of those cannons so they won't target down my dolls. This Manticore here has like no armor, don't worry about it. Now over here on the bottom, I don't want to cap this highlighted node first. If not, I'll complete the second objective, you know. So I'm gonna go around it. I'm gonna surround cap this closed helipad here, while this echelon surrounds this highlighted node here. Or you know, that guy can screw up your plans, so you have to readjust Keep in mind that this pathing is not solid. It's not it cannot be copied one-to-one due to enemy movement RNG. This is Chapter 2, Map 1, Objective 2. So we need to capture this, and this within 3 turns. There is an auto route for this, so don't worry. You can also use this map to farm your daily crates if you so want to. I'm going to show you the auto route right now. So with this to here, this to here, then Echelon 1, go all the way in. Don't worry about a visual bug, it's just a visual bug. Echelon 6, all the way in. I'm going to demonstrate again. Echelon 1, here. Echelon 6, here. Echelon 1 again, go in. Echelon 6 again, go in. Then you should end your turn here, and you're done with this map. This is Chapter 2, Map 2. I'll be doing the first objective first, which is to capture the HQ and eliminate only 2 enemies, no more than 2. So you need to watch your enemy kills, because I'm only killing these 2 here. At one point you need to retreat this echelon, because you can't have it go into combat. You see when. Also, don't worry about S ranks in events. You only want S ranks when you're farming. You don't need S ranks to clear the event. So don't come to me and be like, oh, so yeah, I want my S rank, you know? You don't need S rank events. Okay? Okay. So we're gonna grab the bomb here. Go back here. Both of these enemies are on a fixed patrol path. This boss being like this boss being like this. So I'll need to retreat echelon 6 next turn, but meanwhile let's bomb the rock and wait here. Now we'll need to retreat echelon 6 because we cannot engage more than 2 enemies, kill more than 2 enemies. So we're gonna have this echelon stalk the boss, and we'll clear this stage next turn. Now that the path is clear, we can just grab the HQ from under their noses. This is Chapter 2, Map 2, Objective 2, which is to occupy the HQ and defeat both bosses. So the bosses are a DPS check, so you need to meet the DPS check. In order to do that, you still need a level 50 echelon, but you're gonna have a bit of a tougher time because they're bosses. So we're gonna grab the bomb, we're gonna blow up the rock next turn. Okay, so if your second echelon here can't take the boss, you need to kill this boss and have it double back and kill this boss. But since both my echelons can take on the boss, I think we're gonna have each echelon take on one boss. So pro tip for you guys, if you shuffle your AR like this, they'll retarget to the closer enemy. That is to clear out zombies at the front. Now we'll have the second echelon take on the boss, then go have this echelon go to HQ. But if your second echelon can't take the boss, have echelon 1 double back, then go back to HQ. The level of the echelon should have no problem. I mean, this is a 2-star team, so you have no excuses. Now that's out the way, we'll have this echelon captured in HQ. This is Chapter 2, Map 3, Objective 1. So we need to occupy 6 nodes and close both gates. The gate switch is right here. So we're gonna use 2 combat echelons, 1 dummy echelon. So we're gonna have this combat echelon go to the switch next turn. So let's do this. So, little kiting tip here, if a melee enemy is gonna walk past this node down here, you can walk this down and back up again to make the melee enemy retarget the tank. It's a small trick. So we're gonna close both gates here. Then we're gonna move this echelon down. Here, we're gonna deploy another echelon to capture the remaining 2 nodes after this turn. Now we're gonna have this echelon go up here. It's gonna deploy a dummy echelon. Come back down here, kill this zombie. And this should be 6 nodes. One, two, three, four. I lied. This is 5 nodes. Now we'll just have this echelon grab this node and we're done. This is for objective 2. We have to kill both bosses here and defend for 5 turns. So same thing here, we're gonna use our 50 echelons. Instead of closing the gates, we're gonna leave it open. We're gonna have this echelon clear out the zombies so we can wait for the boss to come over. So we're gonna have this echelon take this boss right now, and we're gonna have this echelon take this boss right now. So we can have both bosses dead by the next turn. If you can't take both bosses with one echelon, I mean if you can't I'm right. If you can't take both bosses on with one echelon, you can take on one by one. Shuffle your ARs like this so they can target the zombies in front first. It's basic target resetting. You can do this with ARs, you can do this with rifles, you can do this with actually every class in the game. If you need them to retarget something, according to your target priority, you can just shuffle them like that. So with ARs, they'll retarget to the front. For rifles, they'll retarget to the back. So I'm gonna demonstrate this again once there's zombies. Since there isn't, it's basically like this. You just shuffle them, then they'll retarget. Now we need to defend for 2 more turns. So let's get our echelons back to defensive formation, so that zombies won't cap our HQ. This is Chapter 2, Map 4. So we'll need to rescue our deactivated doll here within 4 turns. The other objective is to get the heliport while rescuing, so we're gonna do the first one first. Still the same requirements, still level 50 echelons. Gonna have this echelon go up and deploy a second combat echelon below. Now we're gonna resupply the echelon. Then have this echelon run up here to prepare to go into the one-way node. So if a melee is gonna go up past a tank, you can just do this and go back, so the melee will retarget to a tank, so that they won't walk past and hit your AR. So I'm gonna have this echelon go here, and we'll have deploy a dummy for the action points next turn. Now we're gonna have this echelon go to the switch. If possible, bring a grenadier here. Near the ER. Grenadier ER, yeah. But I don't have one on hand, so I'm working with this. Your main tank is taking too much heat, let your off tank tank a bit. Now I'm gonna open the door so that we can go there next turn. Now we're gonna run away and go back to HQ to complete the mission. This is Chapter 2, Map 4, Objective 2. So we need to capture both helipads in this map while rescuing the hostage. So we need to capture this helipad up here and this helipad over here. But this helipad is only accessible after you go around it. So instead of objective 1, where we open the gate, we're gonna have to go through the top, go through the boss zombie. So I'm gonna resupply this echelon just in case. Go up, go here. Then let's deploy our dummy. This goes up here. So we'll have to rescue the hostage this turn. And have this echelon run here this turn, so we don't have to bring another echelon just to cap this helipad later. So what I did is I had this echelon run here, so this white helipad won't get surround capped. So I can just go here and grab the helipad this turn. This way I don't need to bring a second echelon just to surround cap it. Saves us a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to run this echelon up here to help surround cap that. So let's see if we have enough movement points to pull that off this turn. No, we don't. How about with the other way? No, we don't. So at least this is one way, so we can occupy this first. While we'll have this echelon run back over here, rather the other way. To help surround captors. Now that we're here, we can surround cap and grab the heliport right now. And hopefully this zombie will not walk to our helipad. Okay, good. If that zombie walks to our helipad, we have to do it all over again. This is Chapter 3, Map 1. Fortunately, there is only one objective here, so let's go get to it. So we need to capture this teleport here and set off the bomb. Pretty straightforward, if you ask me. Once you reach here, you need to capture the heliport first before setting off the bomb. So let's do that. Now we'll bomb the entire place, and you should be able to clear this. However, in this environment, I'm not able to clear the mission, but in the real server, you'll be able to clear this. So yeah, this mission's done. This is Chapter 3, Map 2. From here in, I'll be using level 70 echelons. So for the first objective, I need to go to the HQ, but it's blocked by death stacks. So we'll need to kill the death stacks, or make them go elsewhere. So this is sort of a puzzle map. So we're gonna go to the radar first. The black beans here are all DPS checks. If you can't clear the DPS check, get a better echelon. Unless you're chat like me and use a level 1 G11 there. Oh god. Okay. So this should change the AI logic of the manticores. And make them start moving. Now we're gonna kill the second bean here. Then we're gonna close this one and this one. Now we're gonna move our dummy echelon out. We're gonna deploy a third dummy echelon, or third echelon rather, and have this dummy echelon take over the switch. Now we'll kill this over here. Yeah, that's a DPS check, so you need to meet that DPS check. It's alright though. They can be repaired. So if you didn't need to repair, you would have done the correct steps already, but since you're me, I have to repair that, I have to come back here, I have to spend one more turn. Now we're gonna open this gate here, so that this guy will walk up. This one as well, so that this guy will walk up or down. Now that the coast is clear, we're gonna open both these gates and go straight to the HQ. This is Chapter 3, Map 2, Objective 2. So we need to kill 5 enemies, and we need to not open these 2 gates here. So for this, we're gonna abuse the gate mechanic. Basically, we're gonna squish enemies in the gate. So we'll start by deploying more echelons for more movement points. So we're gonna kill all 3 of these beans for 3 enemies and 2 of the manticores here. So we're going to deploy another dummy echelon here. I'm going to go to the radar to change the movement logic first. Gonna have this echelon man the switch. Then we're gonna have this echelon lure the black bean to me this turn. Or it can stay there. Yeah, I will let it stay there. Now we're gonna go kill the black bean. Then we're gonna abuse the gate. So to abuse the gate, you need to close the gate on enemies that's at the gate. So when you close it, they'll lose a ton of HP. So you can do this how many times you want, many times you want. So for the new players, if you see gates and enemies at the gates, you can do this. Now we'll have our combat echelon grab this. So as you can see, they lost all their HP. So there are two choices here. You either have to engage this, or you can try to lure this over here with a dummy echelon. Then we can squish it with the switch. But for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna use this echelon to squish it with the switch, if this is not too powerful. Yeah, I'll use the switch. So once you lured it there, use the switch to squish it, then deploy your combat echelon to go finish it off. Now we're gonna lure it with its alert mechanics over to our combat echelon. Or just let it walk away, that works too. So let's go kill this beacon manticore and you should be done with the map. This is chapter 3, map 3. There are multiple DPS checks here, so if you get DPS checked, please level your dolls, upgrade their equipment and so on. Mainly the black beans are your DPS checks. So what we're gonna do here is we'll go up to this radar here to change the logic of the Nitos, so they'll start walking around. Logic as in movement logic. Small dummy echelon there. I'm gonna go straight to the radar node. So for this, you need AoE. Or have just enough firepower. You know? The hell thing. Now the Niters will start moving. 45 is here, but we're not rescuing her this time. We'll rescue her later. So for now, we're gonna retreat this echelon and redeploy her. Don't whine to me about S rank. You don't need S rank in events when you're clearing. Then we're gonna have this go here. Gonna go here to prepare for next turn. This Strelip Plus have a debuffing. They debuff your evasion of your tanks if they get shot for too long, so don't keep them there for long. Don't keep your tanks there for long. If not, they'll get an evasion debuffed and get hit a lot of times. Okay, now we'll go to our standby area and wait for the Nitos to pass. Yeah, we're still waiting for the Nitos to pass. They'll eventually make a gap for us to fit through. Since we're waiting, you guys can see the gap, right? The gap where we can pass. So we're gonna continue waiting for it. Keep an eye on your rations. Don't run out of rations. Okay, the gap is coming. You can either go into the gap now, excuse me, or capture the helipad to resupply. I captured the helipad so I can resupply. Now we go here, we have this retreat. Now we can take on M4. So the objective here is not to kill M4. You need to get this bar full. We need to get this bar full but not kill her. So keep an eye on her HP, so that you don't kill her by accident. Oh, she also does a cannon, so you need to dodge her cannons. A lot faster than that. Yeah, you need to move a lot faster than that. Once the bar is full and M4 is not dead, you clear the map. This is Chapter 3, Map 3, Objective 2. So for this objective, you have to grab 45 and extract her at the HQ. Pretty straightforward. Summon a damage on there so we can get more movement points. Let's grab 45 this turn. So right now you could let 45 take this fight, so we're gonna swap with 45. Now we're gonna rescue 45 and bring her back to the HQ. Be careful. Oh, you have to go the other way, I'm sorry. You're gonna need to bring a second combat echelon here to clear the way for this echelon. Unfortunately, I do not have another level 70 echelon prepared for this, so I'm gonna use this. But this can be defeated with a level 70 echelon. Don't look at my level 90 echelon and freak out, okay? So straight up plus will decrease your tank's evasion if they get hit too much. So kite. Don't let them take too many shots. Now we'll have our backup echelon cleared away. It's okay to let this echelon go. So why don't I fight this? They have shields, that's why. Now we'll just grab this teleport and extract from there. This is Chapter 4, Map 1. The first objective, I have to capture the HQ. So I have to go all around. So I'm going to use 2 echelons. One to defend, one to attack. Let's resupply first, then we'll keep going. Basically, we need to get here, so we need to go through this way. While you're doing this, you need to make sure that your HQ does not get surrounded. This can be cleared easily with a level 70 echelon, so don't worry about that. So for those people that are first facing Rodels for the first time, you do this, you move away from the laser, and by now it should be dead. If it's still not dead, do the same thing and move away from the laser. Pretty easy to counter. Be sure to keep a lookout for HQ, make sure it's not surrounded.
弾薬一発一発にもサクッと片付けて後でクッキーでも食べましょう。攻撃攻撃正義を制した奇跡の力、もう一度見せてあげる。やっぱり私の計算に来る。敵襲、全員戦闘準備。ついてこられる？さっさと戦闘を終わらせて仕事に戻るよ。サクッと片付けて後でクッキーでも食べましょう。反撃ってたったこれだけだよ。私の計算に狂いはなく。スピレッタ BM 号泣です。様々。
This is Chapter 4, Map 2. From here on onwards, I'll be using level 90 plus echelons to meet DPS requirements. So this is a 2 combat echelon map. The objective is to kill everything. This, and this are death stacks. So in order to kill the death stacks, specific stuff needs to be done on the map. So to open, I'm gonna have this echelon go here and this echelon go here, and deploy dummy echelon on HQ. Depending on where this straight goes, I'm gonna change the plan accordingly. So over here, it's either this guy goes up or goes down. If this guy goes down, I have to bring this echelon back and kill it. If not, I can go as planned. So let's see. This guy goes up. Okay, so we can go as planned then. Okay, let's talk possibilities here. If this Strellet had walked down, I would have used this echelon to go back here and kill it and come back. But since it did not do that, I can go straight here to do the first part of the mechanic. These black beams are DPS checks, so this is where I needed my level 90s, just because of the DPS check. So here, I am able to turn this black bean into a black bean tower. This black bean tower would be used to blast this guy over here. Blast as in blow it up. Yes, you can do that. So, to make this faster, I'm gonna retreat this echelon. I'm gonna move this here. I'm gonna redeploy it. and it's okay to have non-S rank clears in event maps. It's okay. So now I'm gonna go to the Black Bean Tower to collect the Black Bean. Now we pick up this Black Bean Tower, we're gonna go here. Now we're gonna use this to blow up this guy. Then we're gonna grab the radar, which in turn makes the Manticore disappear. And this should clear the map. This is chapter 4, map 3. So there are 2 objectives here. First, you have to rescue M4. So let's do that. First, we're gonna drop a dummy echelon over here. We're gonna drop our main echelon over here. We're gonna drop another echelon over here, just for movement points. So we'll do Randomize A to open this gate. Then we'll go here. After this, we'll do Randomizer C. So let's switch it off. Then we'll do Randomizer C. Then Randomizer D. This should be open. Then we'll go grab M4 after this. Then we'll rescue M4, kill this. Let's reset this. Then do randomizer A. Now we'll evac M4. Easy. This is Chapter 4, Map 3, Objective 2. So this will be pretty similar to Objective 1. So let's drop our dummy echelon here, main echelon there, another dummy echelon here. Then we'll do randomizer A to open this one. Go here. So for Objective 2, you need to queue all these Nitos here and open all 3 gates. So, excuse me, so you need to switch this off, go to randomizer C, do randomizer D. So this gets opened. Now we're gonna go kill the Nitos. We're gonna swap with M4 here. Then we'll kill the bottom one. Now this echelon should be out of ammunition. Don't worry, we're gonna have this Nito soul sight into M4. So we're gonna have this echelon stationed here. So if this echelon gets engaged up here, it's okay to retreat it. Don't worry about it. Now we'll have this echelon go here. We'll switch off everything first. Then we're gonna use the master switch to open everything. Now we're gonna wait for the Nito to soul sight into M4 and we're done. If you want, you can retreat this. It's optional. And we're done. This is Chapter 4, Map 4. So the first objective is to kill the boss. The switch for this is down here. So we need to get through the 2 patrolling manticores. But first we're gonna grab this close helipad.
私にとってこの勝利
Resupply your AR-SMG, then go to this radar node here. They'll make one of the manticores disappear and make our life easier. Now I'm gonna move handgun rifle out. Now the manticore is here. It will move here next turn and here next turn. So to prepare for that, I'm gonna move downwards so I can get here. Gonna deploy one dummy echelon. Now we'll resupply at this one-time supply node and go to this switch here. This is a DPS check, so yeah. If we get bombed, get more DPS. So with this, I am able to open both gates here. This gate, this switch controls this gate. Okay, so from here, I am able to complete both objectives. So let me teach you, yeah? To complete the first objective, I'll have to kill this guy. To complete the second objective, I have to go around or near it away in order to do that. So the aggro range for the field isomer is like this. Excuse me. So what I could have done is I could have waited here. I could have went to the switch here and switched on the switch. Have this open. So the field isomer would walk here towards this echelon. So I can sneak the HQ. Alternatively, I could just kill it right here, right now. So I'm not going to record a second video for this stage because from here you're able to clear both objectives just by doing something different. So what I'm going to say is you could have had this echelon down here wait a turn, then run up. Switch on the switch to open this gate. Wait another turn for the Isoman to walk right. Then he can sneak the HQ. But for this run, I'm gonna kill him. So for this boss, the mechanics are a little bit underwhelming. Okay, so what it did is it stunned one of my DPS and summoned clones. So the clones in EX mode would have a backline targeting, but not here. Instead, it needed one of my DPS. Same thing here, they summon clones. Once the clones are dead, the stun DPS is released. Depending on what echelon you bring, the clones will be different. So keep that in mind. Welcome to Chapter 5. This is one of the more difficult chapters implemented in an event so far, so prepare your ass. So the first objective is to do a no battle run, a pacifist run of this map. It can be done pretty easily. You can also use this as your daily farming if you so wanted to. So what we do here is we have this echelon go down here. Excuse me. Then we go down here. And we'll wait here. Next, we'll have this echelon go down here. It is optional to switch this up, because we're not going to use the EMP. Instead, we're going to run to the radar right here. Like this. Now we're gonna run up. Then we're gonna go go left, sorry. And it's an empty HQ, so we're gonna just grab it. Easy, right? Easy. This is Chapter 5, Map 1, Objective 2. So Objective 2, we have to kill everything. So we'll spawn my handgun rifle on the top, AR-SMG on the bottom. Then we're gonna run sprint handgun rifle all the way to the left side. First is Doggo Archer. Ideally, you should have been using AR-SMG against this, but they are so weak in normal, so no problem. We're gonna sprint past the HQ. We're gonna kill this. So this is where our Taunt and Twin Fairy come in. Also, this is why I'm using handgun rifle. You can form a wall with your handguns, then kill them. Since Twin or Taunts will be having their attention, they can't hit you. Easy. So keep in mind that the Gustav have range, a pretty big range. These are supporting the enemy, so ideally you don't want to hit anything that is under Gustav support. Gustav are the train cannons. So these are the ball shitters, we call them. They're pretty easy. Just use a handgun rifle. And ideally something with AoE. So now we're gonna blast the Gustav so they don't support. Okay, now we'll move out our AR-SMG to start killing stuff. So with this activated, it shouldn't be supporting. Well, unless it's bugged. Well then, okay. Since it's active, we'll have to adapt. So, what happened there is I blasted the Gustav, so they shouldn't be supporting the fights over here. But since it is, unfortunately it is, so we'll have to adapt from here. Hopefully this will be fixed on the live server, so you guys don't have to face the wrath of the Gustav. So keep a lookout for the lines, just in case it's not fixed in EN. So ideally you don't want to engage anything that's within that is in range of the line. Like this one. Or you can DPS fast enough so that the Gustav won't kill you, you know? Yeah, something like this. Don't capture the HQ, by the way. You want to kill all enemies before you capture the HQ. So as long as you take your fights outside Gustav range, you'll be fine. If the bug's not fixed, that is. Now we'll have two very damaged echelons trying to clear this map, but it'll be fine. Can check this to see whether you killed everything or not. Obviously I have not, because this thing's still down here. So I'm gonna run my echelon back to resupply. There's also one guy there. Now we're gonna change the formation a bit because this is gonna be a front fight. Because the good stuff is still active here, so I have to move everything forward. So once you see the warning sign, just retreat. Now we can check whether we've killed everything. Apparently not yet. So let's check around. Other than these 3 good stuffs, we don't need to kill those 3. Okay, there's no more enemies on the map, so we should be able to capture HQ and clear this map. Yep. This is Chapter 5, Map 2. So we need to rescue 45 here. So we're gonna deploy 2 combat echelons here. Keep in mind the Gustav is active, so you don't want to engage anything in its range, if at all. So the range is until here, so you want to avoid all the fights. Sorry, the range is until there. So the range until here, so you don't want to engage in any fights, if possible. We're gonna start up the EMP, then we'll go walk around a bit. The EMP is here, it will stop enemies from moving. However, I've overextended, so I have to retreat that echelon. So the only safe place you can engage enemies is on your HQ. So keep that in mind. I'm okay to stay here because there's no more enemies up there. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm waiting for a gap to go so I can go through. This is risky. Yep, I'm dead. Keep in mind that all of these enemies have random movement, so you're basically waiting for a gap. This is not supported by Gustav, so you can kill this guy.
敵襲全員戦闘準備もうすぐ終わるわ
Eventually, you want to be able to move up and be safe. If an enemy walks to you, you need to move that guy back. Let's see if I can move here. Nope. This guy is also on random movement, so it either moves to U45 or moves down. So I have to move this guy back. Now I can have this summon another dummy echelon to just wait. I can check again. Guy's still there. So move back. This here. And move this here. Oh, that's a mistake. Never mind. Somebody rammed 45 again. So how much HP does she share? We can't see her HP, which is a problem here. So this guy would not move. So we need to check down here whether if it's clear to move. But probably not, so we'll just wait more. Yes, there's no other better way to clear this, unfortunately. So you guys are stuck with me with this method. Maybe the other sites will have a better way, but this is the best way from what I see. I'm not gonna move from here because I don't know what's ahead. Now I can move. Okay, the coast is clear. Now I can swap this, rescue this, and run away. The reason I cannot kill that thing up there is because Gustav support. I don't want to be lasered while I'm trying to rescue 45, you see? Alright. Now we got 45. We'll extract her at the HQ and we're done with the mission. So what I did there is I waited for about 11 turns before about 3 enemies suicided into my HQ. Then the path was clear enough for me to wander around to check for holes. This is Chapter 5, Map 3. There are 2 objectives here. One is to occupy a HQ that is occupied by the Gustav. The other is to eliminate all enemies. I'm gonna do the first one first. So I'm gonna introduce you guys to a new composition that's not so new. Rifle shotgun. Why? You guys will see. So here's the thing, right? Gustav has firing range on the entire portion here. So it is not viable for us to walk here. So the only other alternative option is to walk right, where it is occupied by turrets. The other team I'm using is a machine gun shotgun for the Gustav. You guys will see why. Now I'm gonna move right. Deploy an AR SMG here to deal with the archers. And I'm gonna run into this one. Keep in mind twin is not required here. Also, missile turret. It should be pretty easy. Keep in mind that they are supported by Gustav, even on my HQ. So you need to move an AR up. Because that will happen. Now we're stuck here. Now this is why SC Chapter 5 is one of the most difficult events ever. This is normal mode, mind you. What happens in EX, you guys can imagine. So we're gonna go step on this. Now that the turret line is clear, I'm gonna move my machine gun shotgun up. The machine gun shotgun consists of 3 machine guns, static, and handgun. Taunt as well. Taunt is highly recommended here. So I'm gonna grab the rations here, and I'm gonna run past the defenders here. Keep in mind that they have aggro of this entire part. So logically, I shouldn't have run past here, but let's see. Okay, never mind. They showed me mercy. Okay, so that was a mistake. I want to say that you need to wait a turn here, so that you have enough movement points to sprint through this entire part to engage the Gustav. Here's the fun part. You engage the Gustav. Taunt on. Why?
先を感じる
I'll show you why. This entire part is damaged by the Gustav, which means your front line cannot be there. The taunt will be there to take the aggro.
ただ戦いに勝っただけ
And the second one is slightly different. I have to change formation for this. I'm gonna put PKP here. Why this formation? You'll see. Taunt is not required here, but might as well use it.
先を感じる
So I'm gonna run this up. This Gustav only shoots the back line,
ただ戦い
so
に勝った
that's why my formation was like that.
のことだ
Now I can just grab the HQ and be done with it. This is the foreign part of Chapter 5, Map 3. You get to kill the Gustav again. Okay, so
指揮官殿の命に従い
the entire first portion
敵軍を撃つのであります
of this run will be the same as the last run, except that I have to kill the enemies after I kill the Gustav. So for you guys that know how to kill the Gustav, you guys can fast forward until I finish killing the Gustav. Or you know, I can just fast forward this clip for you.
先を感じる。まだまだどうやらまだ万全な準備ができていないようですね。一旦引きましょう。
あらゆる状況で使える武器。
殺気を感じる。まだまだですよ。
私が勝てないと思う。
いただき。
ただ戦いに勝っただけ。
殺気を感じる。まだまだですよ。私が負けた。まだまだですよ。
ただ戦いに勝っただけ。
Okay, so after you kill all 3 good stuff, you can bring out your other echelons to hunt now. So you pretty much clean up house from here.
あらゆる状況で使える武器。
私にとってこの勝利は大した。私にとってこの勝利は大した。
Welcome to 5-4, one of the most difficult maps ever designed. Why? The EX mode is where everybody dies, but normal mode you guys have it easier, so let's go through how to counter this map. So you always have enemies coming from the south, and there's an active helipad here. So in order to prevent enemies from coming from here, we're gonna cap it out. This way there'll be no enemies coming from the rear. Now we spawn ERSMG. We're gonna move ERSMG up front first. Then we're gonna deploy one dummy echelon. So your objective here is to hold the supply line for 3 turns. So usually what we do is to cap this area here to hold the supply line. So now we're setting up for it. There's a manticore here. It's pretty easy to kill, so we'll just kill it. So there's no interference at the back. Oh, nice formation. So now that we killed it, we'll cap this helipad so that we'll get more movement points. Now we'll start moving into enemy territory. I did say it's the most difficult mission for a reason. Alright? That almost killed my handgun. I'm gonna defend my close helipad this turn. Oh, that was quick. Sorry, I'll feed her kicks later, don't worry. Gonna retreat this, redeploy after repairs. Gonna resupply this one. Then we're gonna move into enemy territory. We're gonna grab the flag away from the enemy first. Then we're gonna move ERSMG up to secure the supply line. Gonna move this left. So ideally you want two main tanks here. Two main tank SMG. Not Mark 23. Mark 23 will just die. Because she's a handgun. So that's something you guys want to take note of when you're making a composition. Two main tank SMG. One handgun at the back. Oh, that was a misclick. Now we have to hold the supply line.
Combat simulation energy reached limit.
We'll have to retreat this. I'm gonna replace Angelica right now with Ro. Then gonna replace Mark 23 with handgun. Now we'll have Ro rather sweep here, so there's nothing that's gonna cap that. Then we're gonna stay here. The reason why I'm not guarding this part is there's no enemy here. Or rather, there is no enemy threat here. This is still blue, this is still neutral. The only one is here. So I can just end my turn here. And you guys can see how much more improvement Ro gives compared to Mark 23, unfortunately. Now we're gonna retreat Ro again and do a sweep of the right side.
とってこの勝利を。
ターゲット発見。直ちに排除します。
仲間だろうと敵だろうと誰にも負けたくないの。すみません指揮官、今回の作戦ここまでです。見つけた。私にとってこの勝利を。
ターゲット発見。直ちに排除します。
情報が無駄無駄。最新型の威力を見せてあげますか。この程度の傷はいつものこと。鉄柄だよこんなの。ありえない。私にとってこの勝利を。
Now that the entire part is swept, we are all clear from the right side. It's just this one zombie now. And this should clear the map.
殺気を感じる。
敵襲。全員戦闘準備。ついてこられる。えいえいおー。これは運命の出。
This is chapter 5, map 6. So in this map, you gotta kill Gustav again. Fun. Anyway, let's deploy AR-SMG first,
出撃します。
followed by a handgun rifle on the HQ. So for this map, the Gustavs are here. They have incredible in range as usual. So these areas, you cannot engage fights in these areas. You only can take fights over here. So keep that in mind.
ターゲット発見。直ちに排除します。
無駄無駄。ターゲット確認。撃て。
お前の罪を数えろ。
私にとってこの勝利は大したことじゃないけど。
Now we're gonna deploy MGSG, used for Gustav, same echelon. And we're gonna kill this archer over here.
ターゲット発見。直ちに排除します。そうはさせない。
この程度。私にとってこの勝利は大した。
ターゲット発見。直ちに排除します。正義が勝つ。
ターゲット確認。撃て。
正義が勝つ。
私にとってこの勝利は。
Now you just deploy a dummy echelon here, and we'll wait. We use ARSMG to take a look here. Starts doggo here, but it's okay. Gustav's out of range. Now we'll have this echelon check down here. Can't engage that, so we'll go back up. Because the Gustav range is until here and here, so we have to play along.
ターゲット発見。直ちに排除します。
無駄無駄。逃げても無駄よ。
そうはさせない。
この程度の傷はいつものこと。私にとってこの勝利。
Okay, now we can check what's down here. If this Manticore is here, then we'll need somebody to lure it away while we run away. With an archer sneaking up there, so kill it if you need to. Ah, shucks. This guy's blocking the way. So usually I will not engage this, but I'll show you why you do not engage that. This. But if you have enough DPS to DPS it down, go ahead, by all means. So the first one, you'll need a taunt for this, for the first one.
殺気を感じる。
Then retreat the Frontline.
一旦引きましょう。
Reason taunt is good here is because the Gustav will focus on the taunt
ただ戦いに
and not hit the back line at all.
当然のことだ。
The next Gustav will focus the back line, so we're gonna change up the formation a bit. Deploy the taunt for fun, because why not?
殺気を感じる。
Now retreat the back line.
まだまだですよ。
ただ戦いに勝っただけ。
The last one kinda hits the front line. So sorry, the guns hit the back line. So we can keep this. Switch on taunt and kill it.
殺気を感じる。
Retreat this.
まだまだですよ。
ただ戦いに勝っただけ。
And we're done. This is the last map of the event. Chapter 5, map 7. So we're gonna deploy handgun rifle down here first. And ARSMG up here.
指揮官殿の命に従い。
So there are two objectives.
自分を撃つ
We need to bring M4 MPC to this node over here. And we need to rescue two dolls. One here and one here. So first we'll get rid of this Hydra here.
全員戦闘準備。もうすぐ終わるわ。
Then we'll swap 45. This way she'll eat an enemy, and we don't have to take one more fight. Then we'll move here. We'll deploy a dummy echelon. Sorry, yeah, we'll deploy a dummy echelon. Then we'll run this to kill the zombie here. Start to move towards Cord.
ターゲット発見。直ちに排除します。
メダメだ。ターゲット確認。撃て。私にとってこの勝利は大したことじゃないけど。
Don't worry about M4 NPC, she is pretty good.
Target 発見。直ちに排除します。お前の罪を数えろ。
ターゲット確認。撃て。私にとってこの勝利は大したことじゃない。
We need to get Cord this turn because there's a zombie boss coming.
ターゲット発見。直ちに排除します。お前の罪を数えろ。
逃げても無駄よ。私にとってこの勝利は。
Zombie boss right here, so we need to rescue Cord this turn. And run away from it. Then we're going to deploy a dummy echelon there. So we can swap around later. Also, enemy here. We're gonna have 45 each enemy again, and this echelon has to sacrifice itself. Unfortunately. So I'm gonna resupply this, just in case the zombie comes over.
Target 発見。直ちに排除します。お前の罪を数えろ。
ターゲット確認。撃て。私にとってこの勝利は。復讐だ。
Don't worry, M4 is good.
あなたに脊髄なんか必要ですか。やった。あんたをもっと素敵にしてあげるよ。哀れむ心なんてもう捨てました。これはあんたの手？指揮官、今回の勝利は。
I need to sack this echelon. No, we need to move this echelon back. It should have one ammo left.
ターゲット発見。直ちに排除します。お前の罪を数えろ。
この程度。この程度の傷はなの。私にとってこの勝利は大したことじゃない。
Now we can repair and rearm. Then we'll go after M4 NPC next. The rescue 45 as well. Now we need to go after M4 NPC before she does anything stupid.
あなたに脊髄なんか必要ですか？やった。M16 名作。
Now we need to conga line M4 to that HQ over there. And we're gonna leave M4 on standby. We don't want her to run anywhere. Now I'm gonna wait for one turn to clear this out, then I will move M4 to the highlighted node. Now we're gonna clear our surroundings and we're gonna let M4 sit on HQ. So we're gonna have to retreat this echelon. Clear this out, then we'll deploy that echelon on HQ and swap over. Now we're done. I didn't need actually to waste that one more turn, but you get the idea.
Shoujo Zensen!